Hello Joshua, here's a demonstration video for you. Very quickly, activation, switching fonts.
If you will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will.
The flash on clash is in sync with the arrows. Now, to put in the blade, you have to loosen the blade retention screw, which is up here. The package does not come with an Allen wrench, so I highly suggest to get a set like this from Walmart. It's $7 to $8. You're gonna find among one of these is gonna fit the retention screw. Now, after that, just slide out the pommel. Sorry, the blade cap. There's a Tri-Cree LED. It's actually blue. It only turns green when it passes through the photon blade. Interestingly, you can have a mute mode. Just press and hold. Release after the first beep. That's how you maybe have a late night lightsaber swinging exercise without waking up the family. Now let's get to the meat of the tutorial, accessing the recharge port. Unscrew the pommel cap. Gently tap on your wrist to let it slide out. There's the recharge port. Inside there's the green, little bit of green here. That's the power indicator LED. That lights will go off when the saber enters sleep mode. So yeah, there's your recharge port. I will be including a kill key, so it doesn't turn on when shipping. Further inside, I don't know if you can see, that's the soundboard, and your recharge SD card access is right here. At the end of there's a little slot over there. You might need a toothpick or a tweezer. Press on the card and let it pop out. There's a groove inside that aligns, so it can only go back a certain way. It doesn't go back like that. Just twist until you reach the groove. There you go. And press the rest of the chassis in with the pommel cap. Okay, here you go. Now, for the crystal chamber, simply unscrew the grenade section. And there's your crystal chamber. Also synced up with main blade. There's quite a long redundant wire in here to buffer the twisting motion, but sometimes when you kind of repeat it too many times, you'll see it gets to the emitter up here. You see that's kind of loose. You can always retighten it. You see the LED module? Just retighten it. Or unscrew the grenade section. Turn the wire counterclockwise for a few times before screwing it back on. That should counter the loosening of the emitter. That's about it for the saber. Let's show you how to adjust the configuration files. Now, as I showed you before, you can pull out the SD card, get a SD card reader, and then you can plug it to your computer. Now this folder is what you will see when you plug it to your computer. You got 3 banks. I'll be including a bonus folder, and the override governs the overall setting for the entire saber. Now volume, the value goes from 1 to 4. It's at the maximum right now. these are sensitivity settings. This one tells you when to trigger a clash, the swings. The higher the value, the more sensitive it is. A more detailed description of these is included in the Nano Biscotti V4 user manual. If you ever want one, I can send you the link to it. Now let's look at each individual bank. These are the sounds. This is what matters, the configuration file. The first two values governs the high power LED output, and these two, the FLKS and FLKD, governs the pulsing effect. This one is the frequency of the pulsing. The higher the value, the faster the pulse. I think it goes from 1 to 15. This value is the brightness fluctuation during pulsing. It goes from 1 to 80, I believe. These two is changing these two will give you either a stable blade or a quick flickering blade. Now, that being said, let's look at the switching sound font. The Nano Biscotti has 3 active sound fonts, but I'm going to be including, this is a stock board, I'm going to be including a lot more bonus fonts in here. So whenever you want to say, bring this sound font out and make it active, simply change the name of the sound font into bank 1 to 3 and rename, like turn one of these, say, to bank 0, and then just turn this one into bank 3. That'll be it. But before you do that, make sure to cut the configuration file from this one into the new font in here, because in these new fonts, usually they don't have a configuration file. Even if they do, the config file is not necessarily for Nano Biscotti V4, so they could cause the board to malfunction. So yeah, I'll be including my entire collection of sound fonts. There's something like 30 upwards, with Luke's, Kylo, and Rey's fonts, and a lot of random fonts. So have fun, buddy.